Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all? Hoping that you are staying sound and safe. This session is mainly to explain the domains and the nomination form for Sharjah Award in its 27th cycle. Your host is Aisha Al-Bawab Al-Zahab. Please write your questions in the chat and we will try our best to answer them. And by writing them, please also write the domain or the subdomain number beside your comment or your question so we can refer to it easily. So today we are going to explain the category of the outstanding family. The Sharjah Award is, of course, under the patronage of His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Muhammad Al Qasimi, the ruler of Sharjah. This is the vision and the mission of Sharjah Award, which is establishing a conscientious generation from a pioneering national educational system. And we have the mission. We seek to establish a conscientious generation who are committed to their principles through the continuous improvement and development of the educational system within a framework of competitiveness, innovation, and providing excellent services to society. I would like to introduce the timeline plan for the award 27th cycle in this academic year, 2020-2021. So this is, as you can see, first we have got the introduction of the workshops. We are starting from December 2020 to January 2021. Then submit all applications forms and it will be ended, I think, by the 15th of March, not April. I assume that there is a mistake here. There will be a press conference to announce the winners for the 27th session on the 17th of June 2021. This year, we have got two new categories that will be introduced to you shortly. We've got the outstanding student category, the outstanding student with the special needs. We've got the outstanding school category, outstanding special education teacher, outstanding teacher category, outstanding parents councils category, the project category, and the family category. We've got the nursery category and the applied educational research. The two new categories that we have this year is the outstanding supporting professions and the outstanding educational leader category. Of course, this cycle will be the 27th cycle. So we are going to introduce the rewards. Okay, we are concerned with the outstanding family reward. So I will go through these quickly. This is what we are concerned with. So we will have three winners. The first place will be rewarded 30,000 dirhams. The second place will be rewarded 25,000 dirhams. And the third place, 20,000 dirhams in a total of 75,000 dirhams. Of course, in the race of excellence, there is no end line. Here we have some general terms and conditions, and later on we will be going through also the terms and conditions regarding our category, which is the outstanding family category. Okay, this is the general conditions. All education institutions, staff, and students in the educational field in the UAE are qualified to apply for the Sharjah Award for Educational Excellence from public and private education. Applicant shall comply with the conditions of the category in which he or she is applying to participate. Applicant should adhere not to participate in another award during the same year and in the same category. This is very important, okay? So here, not to participate in any other award during the same year and in the same category. Applicant should adhere not to participate in more than one single category in the same session. Okay, I think this is very clear. Then applicant should not have previously won one of the educational awards in the same category before the end of the full session of the year of winning. And the session is 3 years. So if you have applied for the outstanding family 3 years ago, you are eligible to apply this year also. The application to participate in the award must be through the school, Education Council, Department of Education and Knowledge and Human Development Authority, Sharjah Education Council, Sharjah Private Education Authority, or universities and institutes. The application for nomination or winning shall be cancelled if one of the evidence or documents is submitted is found to be incorrect. So if you have got any of your details or the evidence or anything regarding the documents required from you and which is not correct, so it will be, your application will be cancelled. All works submitted are considered the property of the award and participants are not entitled to claim them. We will come now to the special conditions regarding the outstanding family category. The family is eligible to apply for the Sharjah Award for Educational Excellence if one of its children is enrolled in a public or a private school or continuing education center in the UAE. And its members are made up of parents, one of them, or a guardian who supports the family. The family should apply for the award through one of the children's schools or continuing education centers. The number of children enrolled in a school should not be less than 2. So at least you should have 2 children enrolled in the schools to be able to apply for the award. In the absence of one parent, the father or the mother, the degree is added to the other party. It should be considered participation for all family members and not to focus only on specific family members. And this is very, very important. And we will come through this one while we are explaining the form and explaining also the domains. Because we are not focusing on a specific member, it's the outstanding family. So it should be that all members of the family participate or take part in the activities and in the programs. The applicant should not have been awarded the Sharjah Award for Education Excellence at least 3 cycles prior to the nomination year. So most of the documents, if we are talking about 3 cycles, it means 2017 and 2018, this academic year. And most of the documents required from you should not date back to these years. Take in consideration that most of the documents should be within 2017, 2018. Okay. The nomination form for all categories should be completed online, and handwritten forms will not be accepted again. So all the categories, for all categories, whether the outstanding family or the other categories, you have to fill the form and complete them online. Applicant should examine the explanatory guide to the category in which he or she participates. Forms and attachments should be sent on storing units, flash memory, that's the memory stick, with the nominee's personal data written. This year, we are not accepting any CDs. So if you are going to store, please use the flash memory. Applicant is committed to the number of pages or attachments required for the category in which he or she applies to participate. Each evidence page should not include more than 2 attachments. This will help you with your file. So please don't crowd your pages with evidence. That will not help you. So at least only two evidence or 2 attachments should be in each page. Attachments and supporting documents should be well documented and limited to the last 3 years of study and the first semester of the nomination year. So as I told you before, we are starting this year from 2017-2018 and till the first semester of the academic year 2020-2021. Attachments and supporting documents should be numbered and sequenced in accordance with the main and the sub-criteria. Try your best, please, because this will help you. As you know, the jury panel or the judges who are judging or evaluating your file, sometimes we find it difficult to go and search for the evidence or the attachment that is referring to a certain criteria. So when you number them, let it be clear that this document or this attachment refers to this sub-criteria or this criteria or this element. All evidence and attachments issued by the official authorities must be certified and authenticated. This is very important. If we don't have the seal or the stamp on a document or on a certificate, that will not be taken in consideration. So it will be neglected. Any form of certificates, especially the academic or the rewards, please try to have them certified and stamped or sealed by the authority that has published them. We would like you also to differentiate the evidence from certificates, and also we would like you, some participants, they rely only on the certificates. So try to differentiate. And at the same time, try not to repeat the same documents that is submitted for one criteria and other criteria. In the category to which he or she applies, the nominee is committed to matching the electronic file with its documents and attachments to the paper file, if any. The nominee must attach 4 electronic copies of the work. Again, this is very important. Please attach 4 electronic copies of the work. So it means that 4 flash memories or flash sticks. The nominee must submit 4 hard copies printed from the original nomination form, certified and authenticated by the educational zone, with the 3 personal photos with a white background attached and a copy of the ID card, both sides. Our category is the outstanding family. That is consists of 3 main domains, which is family and school, comprehensive care, family and community. And there are certain points allotted for each domain. The total will be 1,000 points. Each of these domains has got 3 subdomains or subcriteria. sub-criteria or sub-standards. Some of those standards also, they have got elements. We will go to the first standard, which is family and school. The sub-standard, we have the first one is children follow-up, and the allotted mark for it is 100 points. Here, what is required from you? We would like to know, of course, the methods that you have been implemented in order to follow up your children. You see, mostly the father, the mother, or sometimes an elder brother are following, or they are interested to know the level of achievement for their siblings or for their kids, for their children. So even sometimes we are following not only the academic achievement, but also the personal development, the behavioral level of our children. What are the methods that we have used or you have used in order to know exactly the level of your kids? Okay, what is required here? That we require 10 methods. Okay, each method will have 10 points allotted for it. Okay, here you have to mention the guardian relationship. Are you a father or a mother, a brother? The name of the child, the reason for following up, is it for behavior or academic? And this is the most important thing, the follow-up method. Here, the reference number, it means the attached evidence. If you are going to number it, let it be exactly referring to this sub-criteria. So this is the standard, so it could be 1.1.1. So we will know that this is the first reference for the first sub-criteria for the first standard. So this is clear. If you have got any questions, please write them in the chat or write them on a piece of paper, and then by the end of our session, inshallah, we will try to answer your questions. So I think this is clear, okay? We require 10 methods of how do you follow up your child at school. The second sub-standard or sub-criteria is the academic care and the school results for children. We have it, this one is divided into 2 elements. The first element, families, academic care methods with children, and we have got 40 marks allotted. You know, the most important goal for any family with kids is that to have their kids having the highest possible level of education. The question is that, are the methods we are using as distinguished families different from the methods used by ordinary families in the field of academic care for children? In order to answer those, we would like to know what are the most, we would like to know the most 4 important methods that you have used in the family to provide academic care for your children. Okay, so we would like to have here the most important, the 4 most important methods. Each method will be having 10 points. That's why we have got here 40 marks. So 10 points were allocated for each method. If your method is successful, it means that you will have good results. If we are implementing the right methods, it means that we are going to gain outcomes that satisfying our desires and what we are looking for and our expectations. Here, we would like you to write or to provide us with 2 children, and for each child, 3 certificates of the academic year. Attach a copy of the report card of the end of the school year for the last 3 years for 2 children. Again, I'm going to say it should be starting from 2017, 2018. Attach a copy of the report card of the end of the school year for the last 3 years for 2 children. So here you have a child with the 3 report cards, and here also a child with the 3 report cards. Okay. Here, every report card with the total average of 90% and above will be rewarded by 10 points. I think this is very clear. The third sub-criteria is cooperation with the school. And also this criteria has got 2 elements. A, family support for the school. The allocated points for it is 100%. 100 points. We would like you to mention the top 5 contributions. Those contributions could be moral, could be material, and sometimes financial to support the school efforts. So we would like to have mentioned the top 5 contributions or areas of cooperation provided by you as a support for the school efforts and activities. Also, we would like you to explain the types of support provided to the school, identify the support provider, whether it's the father, the mother, one of the children, a guardian, whoever is providing that support, and the purpose of providing this support. Attach the evidence that showed the family's effort. And all evidence provided should be updated, recent, solid, consistent, and related to the domain. We are looking for such type of evidence in all the attachments. The second element is the family highlights its outstanding participation in the activities of the school and its role in activating the various councils in it, with the importance of attaching, of course, the evidence, and that will have 100 points. You know, in most of our schools, whether they are private schools or institutes, we have got many councils and many also work teams. So we would like to see the participation of the family in that or on those activities. So we would like you to mention the top 3 contributions for both the father, 3 contributions, the mother, also 3 contributions, and 4 contributions for the children. Also, don't forget to attach the supporting evidence that explains these contributions and their nature. For every single contribution, 10 points will be allocated. Okay, so 3 contributions for the father, 3 contributions for the mother or the guardian, whoever is the guardian, and 4 contributions for the children. We have got the second domain, which is the comprehensive care. The self-development of the family, the allocated points are 100. You see, in a distinguished family, I think everyone is keen to develop and improve their personal abilities and the abilities of the members of the family, and also sometimes the members of other people around them. It could be relatives, could be friends, whatever. We would like you here to mention 10 development programs, okay, for the members of the family. Here, with the title, we mean who's that person? Could be the father, the mother, the older son, a daughter, whoever, and what kind of development program, the reason for participation, and of course, don't forget the reference. The reference, every time when we talk about the reference, it means the evidence or the attached document that you have provided. 10 points will be allocated for each program in which the family members participated. We will come to the second sub-criteria, which is religious care for children. This criteria is mainly for the Muslim families. If the family has got a different religion than Islam, the points will be distributed on other criteria. Again, this criteria, the second one, the religious care for children, it's only for Muslim families. This criteria is divided into two elements also. The first one is memorizing the Holy Quran. It has got 50 points. Here, we would like you to mention in that field and I think it's very, very important to distinguish that the families are keen to provide the members or to ensure that they are learning the Holy Quran from a young age, and from the early age they are performing kind of respect and adhere to Islamic morals and behavior. So here we would like you to mention the number of parts of the Quran that you have already memorized, okay? The number of the Quran parts that they have memorized, the father, the mother, and the children, okay? With the children, we would like you to pay attention that sometimes you have 2 or 3 children under age of memorizing, and they are still not able to memorize. We would like only to know those children who are able to memorize how many parts of Quran from the Holy Quran that they have memorized. And please also attach a reference. This is also the second element also for the Muslim families, the family's efforts in promoting the preservation, translation, interpretation, study, and service for the Holy Quran. We would like also to know exactly what are the efforts of the father and the role of the mother and the role and efforts of the children to do all of these things. So you have to provide us with evidence, and again the points will be distributed to the children who are able to participate and contribute to these things. Just like the previous one, the points will be distributed only for the children who are able to memorize Quran. The same here. So allocated 10 points for the father, 10 points for the mother, and 30 marks for the children. The third sub-criteria is caring for the children with special needs and developing their abilities. We would like you, this also has got 2 elements. A, the family explains its methods in identifying and discovering the special needs of 2 of its children. It's not necessarily that you have a child with any kind of disability. It could be with kind of talent, but we would like to know how did you discover that talent? And if he has got any kind of disability, we would like to know what are the methods? How did you know that your child has got or he's disabled in this one? So you can refer to certificates or reports or report cards from some specialized centers. So you will mention the child The need type, it could be a talent, by the way, it's not necessarily a kind of gift, it's not necessarily to be disability. The method used, how did you know about your child? And of course here, the reference. Allocated 10 points for, for this one, we have got 10 points for each type to determine the special needs for children. So the method used here will be 10, and the second one also will be 10, and in total of 20 points. The second element is the programs implemented in special care and its impact in supporting and developing the abilities of children. The allocated points here are 20 points. We would like also to refer to the same two children that you have mentioned in the previous element. Okay, what are the programs that they have been enrolled in, and the goals and objectives that they have obtained with the reference number. For each of those children, for each child, you have to mention 2 programs in order to explain exactly how he developed his talent or his need. We have got the third main domain, which is family and community. The allocated points are 300. The first standard is the voluntary community initiatives and participation. And as an outstanding family, I think you have got many opportunities and chances to participate in the community services or initiatives. As we have got here in the UAE, alhamdulillah, we have got many community institutions and many organizations that provide voluntary programs and activities. You see, when we are talking about these things, we are talking about the ongoing and continuous participation, not only in seasonal or periodical time, just like Ramadan, but things that you are doing. So we would like you to list the top 10 participations for the family members. Would like you also to choose the best and most important participations or activities and mention them with the supporting evidence. Here you have to take in consideration that the participation should not only be focused on a specific member of the family. It should be distributed to all family members, of course, regarding their age or their gender. It depends on the kind of voluntary work you are doing. So allocated 10 points for each different participation. So what we need really 10 participation in voluntary works and initiatives. Here. The second sub-criteria is motivation to participate in Educational Excellence Award and spread the culture of excellence. As a distinguished or outstanding family, sometimes we need others to know about the awards. We need others to know about excellence. It could be friends, it could be relatives, neighboring families. So we would like to know or to list 5 activities and events that you have carried out in order to aware others about the Excellence Award and to spread the culture of excellence. And here, mention the target audience, the neighbors, the family, cousins, students at school, whoever, okay? Just mention 5 activities, the top 5 that you really feel that they are going to support your file and you have really achieved some outcomes in them. And here, of course, the reference number should be related to the substandard and to the main domain. Then we have got the family efforts to promote national identity and citizenship values. This also is divided into two elements. The first one, participation in official national events. And you know, here in the United Arab Emirates, we have got many national events like the National Day, the Martyr Day, so many, the Flag Day, and many other events. So what we would like you to mention five events, here the event title, and to mention who's the organizer. Please don't mention the school activities or events in this standard. Okay, I repeat again, don't mention your participation at the school events. If you are participating with other organizations and entities outside the school, that's what we're looking for, but not the school events. Don't forget also to mention the date. So if they are dated back to 2016 or 15, that will not be taken in consideration much. Please try to make it as recent as possible. The second element is supporting national initiatives within the national agenda of the country. Here, every year, annually, we celebrate kind of initiative in the United Arab Emirates. We have got the Year of Tolerance, we have got the Year of Zayed, and many other initiatives. We would like you also to mention 5 events and activities and the family role in supporting these initiatives. And again, not within the school. Something you have done with other organization in the community, but not within the school. So we would like you to list 5 events and activities. Each event and activity will be allotted 10 points, in total of 50 points. And mention, of course, the family role. What's your role in this initiative? And also the reference, which means the evidence, the attached.
No, I checked the chat box. No questions.
Okay, I hope that they have understood all what we have been through. And is there any other questions? I think there is another. If any one child is in grade 1, can he submit KG1 and KG2 report cards? It means that you have got 2 children. One of them is in grade 1 this year. Okay, so if his card, report card, has got any indication of his academic level, yes, I think you are able to. And also you can provide his the first semester, but yes, we need also 3 certificates of that child. And don't forget that we need at least 2 children with the 3 report cards of the year. Those cards should indicate the level, the total average, or the level of your child the academic level, of course. Okay. For activity, should we submit the certificates for each parent and child separately? For the activities, it's about the whole family, okay? But you should mention, just like I have shown you in the form, who has carried out that activity, okay? Mention the activity of the father and the reference to it, and the activity of the child and the reference. All of them, they will be in the same flash memory or in the same form, but you have to indicate exactly which one has been carried out by the father or the parent and which one has been carried out by the child. If you have got the certificates, you are talking about the certificates. If you have got only one certificate, it means, and the whole family has been introduced in that certificate, it means that's only one kind of activity. So you have to find another activity. Okay, so that activity or that certificate should go only, if it's the same certificate, should only go to one person. If that activity is, has got a contribution of the whole family, it will go only to one person. So we will need different certificate for the other members of the family. If only my child have certificate, but whole family participated, can we use that? As a certificate, you see, within the other members of the family, you can use a different document or a different evidence. You can post a picture or you can post a video clip. Okay, because we do not want the family to repeat the evidence again and again. So it's possible that you have got pictures for that event if you have participated to it. But as I said before, okay, that will be considered as one event. We cannot say that I have participated in the marathon, my daughter has participated in the marathon, my 4 years old son has participated in the marathon. So we have to differentiate the activities. So that will be considered only one activity. Not to lose your points, please differentiate and vary your activities. If a parent is a teacher in same school of the child, can she give the evidences of supporting school as a teacher? I think that will be one of her, let's say, professional job or task or duties. So I think it cannot be considered unless it's not coming under her job's description in any kind. You see, that contribution or that participation or that support, if it's not one of your job description, that things that is really expected from you as a teacher, please don't attach it or don't provide it. If any child studied here and studies higher studies in India, can we include him? If he's not here, no, you cannot include him. He should be now, this academic year, in one of the institutions, universities, or schools in the UAE. Okay, he cannot be included. Can you give some examples of how parents support school? Okay, they can support school morally. They can support. You see, I can give you just an example. It doesn't mean that this is how it should be. In some schools, we might see that the parents, they provide, let's say, ACs for their sons or their daughter's class. It could be supporting them by providing some books for the school's library, a drinking fridge, or a drinking, what we can say, I don't know, yani something that will help them. So different kinds of support. You see, it's not necessarily to be something financial. It could be something moral. As I told you, it could be giving them or providing the school's library with some books, or of course, those books should be approved by the Ministry of Education, by the way. These kinds, or with some trees in order to decorate the garden, or some seeds, something like this. So it's not necessarily what I'm saying is absolutely 100% should be done, but I'm just giving examples. And sometimes by helping them, it could be that they have organized kind of exhibition or any kind of event, and you have participated in organizing with them that event. The school rewarded you with a certificate for your work and effort with them. That also can be considered as a kind of support. Should we provide certificates of parents participating in school events, or videos are enough? If you have got both, why not? That will support and strengthen your file. Okay, the certificates sometimes will give us a hint about the date, exact date, and the kind of participation that you have. Okay, sometimes videos are not telling us much about things we need. We do not know exactly the date. You can, by the way, you can get the certificate as an attachment or evidence and support that certificate with a video. If you don't have certificates, and it's a little bit difficult now to ask schools to provide you with certificates, those videos, but it should explain exactly really when, the date of that event or that participation, the kind of participation, your role in that event. So these things are very, very necessary. Please explain what is meant by supporting two different children in different methods. One may be broad and other may be little less. So what should be the evidence? One may be bright, I think, he or she means, and the other may be little less. Can you just please tell me which domain you are talking about? Are you talking about the supporting methods for the academic and the behavior? The first domain you are talking about, or you are talking about supporting students with the special needs? If you are talking about supporting students, how you support your children, let me see, I think we have just, the special needs, okay. Students with the special needs, it doesn't mean that they should have the same gift or the same talent. If they are gifted in two different things, what methods have you used in order to encourage them or to support them to take this gift or this talent into a higher level? If they are suffering of any kind of disability, also what are the methods that you are using in order to also get them to a higher level, in order to improve, in order to develop. So these are the methods. It's not necessarily to have 2 children with disabilities or 2 gifted children. It could be 1 gifted, 1 disabled. These are the things. What things? Even if he's not that much gifted, but let's say that you said he's less, he's not as bright as his brother. So what are the things that you have done for him in a particular field in order to increase and improve his ability? We are talking about, talent. We are not only talking about how bright or smart he is in the academic and his academic achievement. Okay, so it could be in other aspect of personal development. He could be talented in singing, in playing music, in sport. So what are the methods that you have used? Can we show the different skills for each child here? Okay, you can mention the skill, and also you should mention, because this is the outcome. Okay, we talked about the methods, what methods used in order to encourage and improve their skills. And then the second element, you will be showing us how skillful he is now because of those methods. Okay, and I would like you all to pay attention to something. The same children that you have mentioned in the methods that you have used with them are the same children with the outcomes. If you are mentioning, let's say, Ali here, okay, so Ali also should be there with the outcomes, with the results. You will take us through the methods that you have used with Ali, for instance, okay, and also you will take us with the outcomes of Ali. So you cannot tell us that you have used those methods with Ali and whoever, and then in the second element with outcomes, you will be mentioning 2 different children. It should be the same children that you have mentioned in the previous element. Okay, and when you talk about their skills and that they have developed their skills, there should be an official, let's say, certificate or report or something. If he or she has got any kind of disability, we have got the support centers for the special needs. They can write you a report telling you that they have moved from this point to this point. Okay, it means that they have improved, they have developed. And if they have got any kind of talent, also an expert or an institute or someone who's able to judge their improvedness should be able to tell us or to give us a kind of idea about how much he has improved. Can we provide the evidence of any other awards of the child? Where can we mention that? Okay, yes, you can mention it for, let me go back. Okay, when we were talking about the excellence and the distinguish and how much we are encouraging the participation in the excellence awards, so you can really mention them there. If they have won any other award, it's fine. You can mention that. Just give me 1 second, please, just to tell you exactly where you can mention it. Yes, here. You can mention it in the 3rd domain. Okay. The 3rd domain in the 2nd sub-criteria, motivating to participate in the awards of the educational excellence. You can mention it here, okay? You're mostly welcome. Can you show the page, ma'am? Okay, let me go back to it, just a second. Okay, we have mentioned it here. This is the page. Oh, sorry, it went back. Just a minute. Let me end this one. I will just show it to you as a slide because every time it goes back to, okay, to the demonstration. So the first demonstration here. It's here. You see, motivating to participate in educational excellence awards and spread the culture. Okay, so here you will talk about the event. In the reference here, the evidence you will mention if he has won one of the awards. So what you have done here, and who was your target, and here it could be your child because you have promoted him with so and so. So the target audience was your children, and the outcome here, the reference that he has won one of those educational awards. Okay. Okay, let me see. You're mostly welcome. Is there any other question? Even if you have got any kind of inquiry or questions after this session, you can go back to the email. I'm going also to show you that email again. So you can contact us. Okay. You can contact us on the awards email for any kind of inquiry. If you have got any question, and also you can go through the website of here, the website of the Sharjah Award, in order to know more about the categories, the terms and conditions. Okay. If you don't have got any more questions, I really thank you for your attendance today. And thank you for your participation, your active participation and your questions. I hope that I have given you at least a glance of what you should do in order to apply for the award. Please contact us for any further inquiries. Yes, Zainab?
I think it's good that I mentioned we're going to have another workshop on outstanding family category. It will be on the 12th of January 2021. So if anyone interested for more information, or they started in working on the file and they come up with some questions, then they can use that workshop to for more clarification.
Yeah, sure. And please, from us as members of the award, you can also invite your friends, the families that